Hey everybody, welcome back. Taking a look at Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, An American Werewolf in Paris, and Pride and Prejudice. So, Romantic Movie Month continues. I think this is the longest it's been since I've made a video, in a sense. I think it's been 2 weeks. Sorry about that. I did go to the movies a few times. I saw... what did I see? I saw Send Help. I enjoyed that. I saw Hamnet. Didn't enjoy that. And I feel like I saw something else too. No, well, couldn't have been that memorable. So, let's see here. Yeah, we'll do left to right again. That's easy enough, right? So I'll put this over here. And this came out about 25 years ago now? Something like that, maybe? Oh no, not that long. 22 years ago? What year is it? It's 2026. This came out in 2004. So this has Jim Carrey, Kate Winslet, Kirsten Dunst, Mark Ruffalo, Elijah Wood, and Tom Wilkinson. It's a pretty stacked cast here. And this is the same year that Mark Ruffalo was in... it's a Michael Mann movie. Has Tom Cruise. He has silver hair in it. It'll come to me. But he plays like... he's pretty much like unrecognizable. He plays a detective in like quite a few movies now. It seems to be his go-to, like some type of tired detective. But he's a detective in... oh my goodness, what is the name of that movie? It has Jimmy Fox in it. Collateral. My goodness. Okay, yeah. So, anyways, he's in that, and he's in this movie the same year. Not that it's, that astonishing, and he is an actor, but they're pretty unrecognizable roles if you were to put them up against each other. This is a Charlie Kaufman story and screenplay, I believe. Yep, screenplay by Charlie Kaufman, directed by Michael Gondry. I'm not sure what else he directed, but I'm certainly familiar with Charlie Kaufman. And if you're not familiar with this movie, this is a brand new 4K master, color graded by cinematographer Ellen Kuras. From acclaimed writer Charlie Kaufman, B. and John Malkovich, and visionary director Michael Gondry, The Science of Sleep. So that's another movie there. I haven't seen it. Comes Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, a sci-fi love story starring Jim Carrey, Man on the Moon, and Kate Winslet, Titanic. Joel is stunned to discover that his girlfriend, Clementine, has had their tumultuous relationship erased from her mind. Out of desperation, he contacts the inventor of the process, Dr. Howard Mierzwiak. That's Wilkinson's character. But as his memories of Clementine begin to fade, Joel suddenly realizes how much he still loves her. Co-starring Kirsten Dunst, The Virgin Suicides, great movies, Mark Ruffalo, Spotlight, Elijah Wood, The Lord of the Rings, and Tom Wilkinson, Michael Clayton. Michael Clayton is excellent as well. Eternal Sunshine takes you on a surreal journey through breakups, breakdowns, and breakthroughs with captivating performances, including Best Actress Oscar nominee Kate Winslet. So I guess she was nominated for this, though Jim Carrey wasn't, and I don't know who was nominated that year, but he's really tremendous in this. He's tremendous in The Truman Show as well, and he didn't get a nomination for that either. But it did get Best Original Screenplay. I had to take a look at what was nominated that year. I'm a little curious now. A really inventive movie, and I don't want to. I'm gonna get like spoiler territory if you haven't seen it, because mainly I want to discuss the ending to the movie, but I'll refrain from doing so. But they really aren't. The only other movies I can think like this would be other Charlie Kaufman movies. So if you've seen like Being John Malkovich, if you've seen adaptation, really clever screenplays that tackle relationships from different angles, I think you would definitely like this. And they really invented filmmaking. This like the special effects, you wouldn't really think this would be in a special effects lab movie, but it really is. So worth checking out for sure if you haven't seen it. I'll put this over here. Next we have An American Werewolf in Paris. This is an import, so I won't be able to read the back since it's all in German. And it does star Julie Delpy. She's pretty much the reason why I wanted to see this in the first place. I saw this movie when I was in high school, Killing Zoe, and she was in it. I became a big fan. She's in the Before trilogy as well, Richard Linklater's series trilogy. Excuse me. She's phenomenal in that. But anyways, I was a really big Julie Delpy fan. So, and of course the original is a classic. So I had interest in this. I was exceptionally disappointed the first time I saw this movie, and it is a disappointing movie. Like, it can't compare to the original. The effects are really dated, and from a comedic standpoint, in the sense of movies that it resembles most, it's actually more in line with horny 80s comedies. I think I mentioned this recently with Better Off Dead, which isn't really a horny 80s comedy, but just one of the guys and things like that, where the end game in the sense is sex. That's the end game in a relationship. And this movie is, even though it has a lot of 80s sensibilities, it's definitely a 90s time capsule in the sense of the wardrobe for our lead characters here, the Americans, the soundtrack, the use of the word score unironically. It's kind of a relic in that sense. But I also get a kick out of this movie, just in general entertainment standpoint. But I can't recommend it unless you already have interest in it for whatever reason, because it really isn't that great of a movie. The director, who the hell is the director of this? Anthony Waller. He directed this movie called Mute Witness, which is incredible. Mute Witness came out before this. I think that's the reason why he ended up getting this movie. I'm not entirely sure of the details behind the production of this movie, but Mute Witness is absolutely worth watching. It really caught me off guard how much I enjoyed that. And it's strange because the sense of humor in Mute Witness is it's completely different than this movie. Granted, I think he wrote Mute Witness and he didn't have anything to do with this screenplay. The most surprising part of this movie is the fact it took so long to come out. It has no connection really to American Werewolf in London. It's kind of a standalone in that sense. It's also kind of surprised they haven't bothered making, an American Werewolf in Berlin or something like that, or Tokyo. Who the hell knows? Take your place. Because you feel just the amount of franchises that they want to produce, and they have them just sitting here, and they haven't done anything with it. I think this has reversible art too. Pretty sure I reversed this art. So there's a little. What is this? It must have been on the wrap. I saved it for some reason. Right, because I thought I was going to sell it after I watched it, but I ended up keeping it. I'm kind of glad I did in that sense, I suppose. I had to watch it again. But here's the other art. I think this is the original theatrical art here. Or something close to it. Maybe not. I don't know. I feel like this should be yellow or something. It's hard to remember. 1997. It's a long time ago. But and this movie also, from a 90s perspective, it's very extreme, I feel like there was a period where there's a lot of extreme stuff coming out in the 90s, like skydiving and, I don't know, surfboard diving, gliding, whatever you do, that's extreme. And this has, extreme bungee jumping. I guess all bungee jumping is extreme, right? But illegal bungee jumping. So that's kind of funny, just in the sense of how ridiculous it is. So yeah, I can't imagine going out and buying this now, but I guess I'm happy enough to have it in my collection, because I think this is the second time I've watched it. And I'll probably end up watching it again like another couple of years from now. So, all right, finally we have Pride and Prejudice here. This is the Canadian release, hence the French on the cover and the spine. This is a first time watch for me, and it was okay. It was fine. I like the story in it, but the biggest issue I had with this movie was probably the casting. Like, I haven't read the Jane Austen story, so like I'm not like intimately familiar with these characters at all. This would be my first exposure to them, but compared to like, well, it's probably because it's fresh in my mind because I watched Sense and Sensibility, and the casting that I thought was perfect. I guess not perfect. I don't know if it's perfect or not, because again, I haven't read the book, but it felt like perfect. Like, oh, these characters are great. This one, not as much. The only character that I really felt was perfect, to use that word, would be probably Judi Dench here, and Donald Sutherland. Like, Donald Sutherland's such a natural actor. Like, he just slides right into this role, and it seems like he just lives this character, even though he probably only has like 15 minutes of screen time or so. And the same thing with Judi Dench. This guy here, he plays Mr. Darcy. He's the love interest. Just kind of boring, and I don't really think Mr. Darcy was a boring character, but just for like a romantic lead, I wasn't really feeling it. Even Keira Knightley, which I like fine, I guess. I can't really think of too many movies I've seen her in. She was fine as Elizabeth, I guess, but she seemed awfully pretty, and it kind of like one of those movies where, like, anytime I watch like Angelina Jolie movies, and it's like anytime she's playing something that's ordinary, you're like, no, this person wouldn't be in this ordinary position. Like, they walk into a supermarket, like everyone's like stopping to look at them, like life would fit their narrative. And granted, this is a different time period, but I was just like, was she supposed to be the prettiest one? And then turns out, no, I guess Rosamund Pike's character, the older sister, is supposed to be the prettiest one. The sisters, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, what do we got going on here? Academy Award nominee Keira Knightley stars in the greatest love story of all time. Is that true? Pride and Prejudice. When Elizabeth Bennet, played by Knightley, meets the handsome Mr. Darcy, Matthew McFadden. He's, this guy, he's in the most recent Deadpool movie. He's like the time cop keeper CEO person who's trying to climb the corporate ladder. I'm 99% sure it's him. Maybe 97% sure. Let's see. Where was I? Mr. Darcy. I'll back up. When Elizabeth Bennet meets the handsome Mr. Darcy, she believes he is the last man on earth she could ever marry. But as their lives become intertwined, she finds herself captivated by the very person she swore to loathe for all eternity. Jane Austen's masterpiece novel comes to the screen, and the film critics said makes you believe in true love and happily ever after, according to Stephen Holden. I didn't really get that. This movie didn't make me believe in true love. It is a very handsome movie, though. Very well shot movie, which you kind of expect. It's a Joe Wright movie. It kind of looks the way you would expect it to look. I don't mean that in a bad way. Like, unlike Sense and Sensibility, which I thought was like an astonishing looking movie, which took me by surprise. This one doesn't take me by surprise in that sense. It has a lot of cool tracking shots, though, in that sense. If just from a filmmaking perspective, there's quite a few tracking shots in this. There's a lot of 360 pans, 360 tracking. So it is interesting to look at and watch. So yeah, the cinematography in this, the camera work is pretty cool. But yeah, just from a casting perspective, it's hard for me to get a handle on the story because I wasn't 100% sold on the actors playing the characters. So anyways, thanks for watching.